next guest is one of the best reasons to own a TV set. He's part of the funniest sports show maybe ever. And you can see him from Utah starting Friday as NBA AllStar Weekend comes to Salt Lake City from inside the NBA on TNT. Please welcome Hall of Famer Charles Barkley.
Thank you for the kind words.
Oh, it's great. Listen,
I'm glad to be
I love
back.
you, right? I mean, I always look forward to having you here. And you've got a lot to say about a lot of things, and I love that.
Yeah, I'm having a rough time, Jimmy.
Are you? What's wrong?
The Super Bowl was expensive.
Oh. I know you have a tradition. You go to Las Vegas. Even though the Super Bowl was in Phoenix where you live, you went to Vegas?
Yeah, well, this is our 24th straight year. I got about 14 guys.
Oh, are these old pals?
These are old pals. I mean, they're at least 24, so they got to be old. We had a great time.
Yeah.
We had a great time until the game ended.
Yeah. You had the Eagles. You're a Philly fan. I know that.
Yeah, I love the Eagles, and they had a great year, but I love Jalen Hurts and Fletcher Cox and all the guys. But shout out to Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Yeah, well, yeah. They cost you how much? How much? Patrick was here last night. How much did he cost you?
Yeah, I wanted to come by last night and beat the hell out of it. No, I lost a good little penny.
I had heard you say you were going to bet $100,000 on that game.
I got a little carried away when I was there.
Oh, really? Beyond the 100?
Yeah, because I was winning.
Oh.
So when you're winning, you have to go for it.
You're at the card tables winning.
I was at the card tables Friday night and Saturday night. So I was feeling pretty confident.
I see. You feel that mojo carries over into sports bets, whatever you happen to be gambling on that weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
despite the fact that sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, but I look at gambling like this. It's a 50-50 proposition. You're either gonna win or you're gonna lose. That's my theory.
That's quite a...
Yeah. But am I right? You're either gonna win or you're gonna lose. That's 50-50.
You're right. I mean, it's not maybe sound mathematically, but I understand what you're saying. Well, because there's that 10% that the casino gets if you lose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
but I don't think like that. I think I'm always gonna win.
Do your buddies bet like you do, or are they?
No, my friends are po.
Yeah, they
are. No.
Do you guys all stay in like one big room, or you have individual rooms? How does it work?
I have three guys stay with me. And then we spread out everywhere.
Always the same three guys, or do you mix it up?
It's always the same three guys.
Okay.
Roy, Brennan, and Stewart.
They stay with you?
Yes.
Do you guys get up at like noon, or are you up all night? How does it work?
Well, we get up early and play golf.
Oh, wow.
Believe it or not.
Oh, wow. So you're gambling there, too.
Yeah. Well, that's just fun gambling. They ain't real gambling.
Got you. And then you guys, do you go to a show? Do you go see Adele or something like that? Or is that not part of the weekend?
First of all, I love Adele. But you don't go to Vegas. Well, you know what's crazy? I've been going to Vegas probably 40 years, and I've never been to a show.
Is that true?
I went one time. The Eagles are my favorite band.
Okay.
I saw the Eagles in Vegas one year, but that's the only time.
How much did you lose on those Eagles?
No, I've been traveling with the Eagles for close to 30 years. No,
Wow.
longer than that.
Wow.
And for my 50th birthday party, my agent got me a signed guitar, and this was when Glenn Flower was still alive.
Right.
One of my most prized possessions.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you have a 60th birthday coming up on Monday, huh? That's,
Man. Beginning of the end.
Are you going to have a party or multiple parties?
No, you know what? I'm just going to have a quiet night with my grandson.
Oh, how old's your grandson?
10 months.
10 months. His name's Henry, right?
It's little Henry. The greatest thing ever happened to me. The little man, he this close to walking, and there's nothing better than being with little Henry.
Will you teach him to gamble? You just lost a whole stack of Legos, kid.
Yeah. You know, hopefully, but I got to save money. Because by the time he go to college, it's going to be like $1 million a year.
Yeah, that's right. It is going to be $1 million.
I know, it's ridiculous in this great country. We charge that much for people to go to school.
Yeah.
It's going to be up to his mom and dad. I stay out of the parental stuff.
You do, yeah,
I do.
course.
Yeah. You can't tell people how to raise their kids.
Do you show people pictures of Henry all the time?
Yeah, I thought white people did that way too much.
Whoa, it's a white thing?
Yeah, because my black friends don't go around showing their kids.
They don't.
But I've been around Ernie, and Ernie thinks people want to see his grandkids all the time.
Speaking of Ernie, will your work coworkers get you birthday presents for your 60th? Like, will Ernie and
Kenny will probably do something nice and thoughtful.
Okay.
And Shaq is probably gonna do what he do every Christmas: give us stuff that he's endorsing. I'm gonna tell y'all, like me, Ernie, and Kenny, we always get something like, what can I get Jimmy? Something nice and thoughtful. And our gift come down to, what crap is Shaq endorsing? Like, yo, man, you in this commercial, this is not a gift, it's not thoughtful.
Do you get like a box, it'll be a big tube of Icy Hot or something like that?
No, he's got a jewelry line of watches, and we're like, yo, man, you endorsed this. There's no thought here. But I know Kenny and Ernie are gonna be thoughtful. But that's the only thing that bothers me about Shaq. He never gives you like an original gift.
Interesting.
He's like, I'm endorsing this here.
Yeah, because he is a guy who will like hand a waitress a car. He's like, he does that kind of a thing.
He does.
Yeah.
He's a really thoughtful guy. He loves making people happy.
Yeah.
I love working with him. But that being said, you got to put some thought into people's gifts.
You're right. I hope Shaq pays attention to this.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just be giving away stuff because there's no thought that goes into that.
What did you get Shaq for his 50th birthday about a year ago?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I got him something.
You did got him something.
No, I always get the guys something.
You always get him
yeah, but only the big numbers.
Right. That makes sense.
You don't get people stuff like 41, 42. You go, at some age, when you get older, you do 40, 50, and 60.
That's it.
Those other birthdays in between don't count.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
These are good tips from Charles Barkley.
Yes.
He's with us. TNT is up in Salt Lake City for AllStar Weekend this weekend. We'll be right back with Charles. We're back with Charles Barkley, who is headed up to Salt Lake City this weekend for coverage of the AllStar Weekend for TNT. Is that a fun event for you? And I would imagine it's like fun, especially when you're a young player.
I wouldn't say fun.
Oh, you wouldn't say fun?
It's amazing and everything, but it's a lot of work.
Oh, okay.
Like, we don't normally work 4 days in a row.
Gotcha.
Like we normally work 1 day in a row.
As a broadcaster, it's not that much fun. When you were a player, was it fun?
It was great getting together with the guys and just having a nice, relaxing weekend, and then you see all these great players walking around. It's great as a player.
Right.
But you know what? It's just a great celebration for the NBA. I get so excited. I mean, obviously I know I got to work, but just being around all the older guys, because, bless these young guys today for how much money they make. I don't ever hate them, but I think it's real. I'm being serious now. I think it's really important to see all those older guys walking around who built the NBA and made it was what it is today.
Who's your guy, Dr. J?
It was Moses Malone before he passed away.
Right, Moses Malone, yeah.
And because Moses was like the most important person in my basketball career. And then the last 30 years, 40 years, it's been Bill Russell, and we just lost him.
Right, yeah.
So hopefully this year, the great LeBron James just broke Kareem's all-time scoring record. I'm hope that we take this weekend to celebrate Kareem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Yeah, because Kareem is a low-key guy. What was the first time you met Kareem?
Yeah, it wasn't a good time.
Oh, it wasn't?
So at the All-Star game, all the guys get together in the room beforehand, just before they announced it to the crowd. So Kareem is sitting in the corner, and I'm with like Bird, McHale, and Karl Malone, and I said, I never met Kareem before. They're like, go over and say hello to him. And he's sitting over in the corner by himself with his head down, got a book. And I walk over, I said, hey, Mr. Jabbar, can I talk to you? He looks up, I'm reading. I turn around, these fools laughing at me. They set me, they on the floor dying laughing. It was so like, I'm reading. And I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, okay. But we've been cool since then.
He is a great man. He really is. Beyond basketball.
He's had one of the most incredible lives ever. Everybody know about the basketball exploits, but his humanity, these essays he writes.
Yeah.
He's so thoughtful. And always, man, I have so much admiration because I got lucky to be born at the right time. I couldn't imagine with some of the civil rights issues these older players had to go through,
right,
and things like that. So I always tell them, thank you. I'm so lucky and blessed. Thank you, because because of that little stupid ball, I've had one of the most amazing lives a person can have. But I always appreciate the older guys. Spencer Haywood, always.
That's great. Yeah. Speaking of great basketball players, I don't know if you're aware of this, but our very own Guillermo is going to be playing in the celebrity game up in Salt Lake.
On Friday.
What game?
He's going to be playing in the Friday night game.
You know you good?
A little bit. A little bit.
You know what? He's better than you'd think.
Yes.
Well, if I'd have been on the show like 2 weeks ago, the Lakers would have used him before they got, because the Lakers stink until like a week and a half ago. They made all them trades. They could have used you here.
Man, yeah, you should have told me.
He's available.
I'll get you LeBron's number.
All right, cool. Yeah. All right.
I want to ask you one basketball question, if you don't mind. Kevin Durant going to the Phoenix Suns.
Yes.
Your former team.
Where I live.
Yeah, where you live now.
Well, I think it's going to be great. It's great for our city. Kevin's a great player. Mm-hmm. We got Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton.
Quite a team.
I worried about our depth on the bench.
Uh-huh.
We need a couple more role players, but we got a really good chance of winning it, and it would be great for our city.
I remember when you went. I remember when I was living in Phoenix when you moved there, when you were traded from the Sixers. And what was that experience like? Were you happy to go to Phoenix, Arizona?
It was the greatest thing ever happened to me because now I live there.
Uh-huh.
Because when you go into NBA city, especially I'm in the East, I go to Phoenix for like 1 day, maybe 2 at the most, then you're out. So you really don't get a chance to see the city or anything like that. And when I got traded there, I was like, yeah, I'm never leaving here. Mm-hmm. I'm never, because, I love Philadelphia, but number one, I need sunshine. Mm-hmm. And the fans are fantastic. And I really want to see the Suns, especially for Chris Paul. He deserves a championship. He deserves it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. But
he's due.
Yeah, I'm never leaving Arizona.
Well,
yeah.
Well, it's great to see you. Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you, brother.
I hope you have a great one with your grandson.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get him into cards or any of that kind of stuff. Don't.
Hey, Lil Henry just gonna sit there and smile at Big Pop.
That's right.
I'm Big Pop.
Is that what he calls you?
That's what I want to be called, Big Pop.
Oh, can you dictate what he calls you?
If he want all this damn money when I kill over, yeah.
He's Big Pop then. Watch TNT coverage of NBA All-Star Weekend 2023. The All-Star Game Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Charles Barkley will be back with Paramore.